is KARE 11 Today.
Welcome back to the show. The folks from Crave are teaming up with the American Heart Association for a special heart-healthy menu. And here to serve up the details, Chef Lance Hamlin. It's good to have you here today.
Hey, thank you very much.
You have the great job of being catering manager, and the big challenge of doing that is keeping things tasty and having things warm.
It is, very much so. I mean, actually trying to give restaurant quality food, but at your location is definitely the hardest challenge that we come across.
And you like challenges, so you have this relationship with the Heart Association
We do.
to try to make things a little bit more heart-friendly. What's that mean exactly?
We're just trying to let people know that there are alternatives to food out there, that fresh foods, that organic, that local foods are going to be a better choice. Basically, foods that you start from scratch are going to be just by nature better for you than any food that's going to be pre-done.
Well, you brought in some samplings here,
I did.
and I think it'd be great and fun to go through a few of them. Right over there, I see a beautiful piece of salmon.
Yep, we have a grilled Atlantic salmon over white rice.
What have you
grilled
done with
vegetables. With that, we have a Thai chili sauce. Basically, it's just a nice piece of Atlantic salmon that you sear on the grill for about 5 to 6 minutes, flip over, sear again. Add your vegetables with a little bit of olive oil, salt, and pepper. Put them on the grill right before. Have yourself some white rice and sprinkle a little bit of Thai citrus glaze around it.
That's nice, and that chili sauce helps kick it up a little bit. This looks like it has some pesto.
It does, yes. That's our pesto shrimp appetizer, baguette, roasted tomato, shrimp, sauteed shrimp with a pesto with a pistachio nut crust on the top.
What a great idea. I'm always looking for, I know most of us are looking for quick ideas for a little appetizer or hors d'oeuvres at home, and those are just little thin, crostini kind of things, right?
Yep, simple.
Pop those in the oven,
Pop them in the oven for about 5 minutes. Yep, a little bit of olive oil, a little bit of salt and pepper. It'll be perfect every
Love
time.
that, and then the pesto on top of that, which gives it a real great taste. What do we have here?
And then we have our sesame seared ahi tuna with peanut glazed sauteed vegetables.
Boy, is that gorgeous. And the last one is what you're making for us today.
This is actually out of the Eat Smart book that the American Heart Association right now is offering on all newsstands and any local grocery stores. Basically, what we're going to do today is we have a little bit of cranberry juice, a little bit of fresh pear. You can use Bartlett, Anjou, any one of the pears, they all work.
Whatever your taste are.
Whatever your taste is, yes. We have some dried cranberries. You can use dried cherries, anything you choose. You get the liquid going for a little bit, let it warm up, add a little bit of allspice, a little bit of nutmeg, a little bit of cinnamon.
Lance, was that cherry juice in there, you said?
Yeah, cranberry juice.
Cranberry juice.
Cranberry cocktail juice,
Okay,
yep.
cranberry cocktail, great.
Yep. And then you add in, you let that warm up a little bit, get your seasonings in there, let them mix up for a while, let it reduce for a little bit, add in your pears. You want to go for about another 5 or 6 minutes till the pears are just soft. Still have a crunch and a crisp to them, but just soft.
Lovely.
And then what we're going to do over here is it's kind of a caprese salad, but it's a little bit of a stacker, a little bit of a twist on it. Also, what we're trying to tell people is that food is fun, it can be art, it can be interesting, switch it up, try new things.
I love it.
So what we're doing here is we've got some fresh vine-ripened tomatoes.
What you've done there.
We have some fresh mozzarella and a nice red onion. Now we're going with the vine-ripened tomatoes because they're going to be fresh, they're going to be local, they're not going to be gassed or any of the other different herbicides, pesticides. The more local you can go, the better you can do.
Look at how thin you have sliced those there. Would you demonstrate that for me?
I
Take
can.
one of those.
I most definitely
I
can.
think it's always good to see, and each chef is a little bit different.
Definitely
with the
important to have a
slicing.
sharp knife. There are
Yeah.
different options out there right now.
Ah, nice.
And then you just want to use your knuckles, use your finger.
Yeah,
and
never
then
put your
just run
finger
it.
on the other side
Nope,
of that.
never.
Whoa.
Always use your knuckles in there and just use your knuckle as a
And
guide.
you get it nice and thin
Paper
for the
thin.
stack. Wow.
Yeah.
Lovely. All
Now,
right.
what I use, you can use a biscuit cutter, you can use a can that's been opened up on both sides, whatever's easiest. Just if you use a can, make sure you catch those little nubs in there so you're not cutting your fingers.
All right, you're going to go and assemble it now for us.
You just layer your tomatoes. Get a
See
little
what
bit
he's
of
doing
the fresh
inside the can?
mozzarella.
This is great. And it gives you that perfect shape for it. This is just fab.
Now, we're going to come over here and get our plate set up. All we're going to do is take a little bit of extra virgin olive oil. You can use any different types of oil you choose. If you feel like trying to do a little more aging, you can use a sesame, you can use a walnut. The fun thing about oils, each one has its own unique flavor and each one has its own heart healthy benefit to it. Olive oil is going to be your best for you. Now we're going to take a little
I
bit of
took so much of
balsamic.
your time talking about this other. Let's take one last look. In fact, while Lance continues to assemble on the left here, right in the center, you can see how good this stack looks when it's completed. Just beautiful. Thank you for being with us today.
Yes, of course.
For more heart-healthy recipes, you can stop by Crave. There are 3 Twin Cities locations, Edina, Mall of America, and St. Louis Park. For reservations and more information, check out craveamerica.com. For more heart-healthy recipes, goredforwomen.org. For a copy of today's recipe, it's a really fun and tasty one that Lance has made. Log on to care11.com and click on the Recipes tab.